who's meant to kill the patients be killed by the patients. So I decided that I was going to crack this case. I was going to find out who the murderer was. And you, my lovely captive group, will help with the assistance of HQ itself, my assistant. Speaking to me via my earpiece. How are we going to do that, you ask? Well, in these first sets of scenes, we're going to find out how our individuals knew the poor departed Mrs. White. And for that, you will be listening out for the suspects mentioning their room cards. Please look at your programs. There'll be a lovely little bit that you can cross out what room is each person's room. My room, for example, is the library. So we can cross that off our little program, so we can cross that off the board. I might be incredibly subtle if I was a suspect. I might say, man, this room filled with books is mighty fine. Or I might be completely obvious and just say, library, I've never been to one. It can range from difficulty, it can range to subtlety. Keep an ear out for what rooms they mention. This is how each of our suspects knew the poor departed Mrs. White.
400 years before the party.
Oh, I've been working out. You've been working out? You look pretty hot.
No, I don't work out.
You just born that way?
Yes, I sit in a drawing room all day, and I may occasionally play piano. That's about all.
Oh, well, you know, a guy like me could use a gal like you around his arm, bicep showing.
Oh, muscles don't impress me.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the muscles on your arm, they don't impress me. It's grace, it's class, it's beauty that impresses me.
Oh, I can do all that.
Please.
Well, you're hot. Good?
Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, Scarlet dear, what did you think? I didn't think they were any good.
No, neither did I. Neither did I. Both of them seemed rather dumb brutes.
I know. What does it take to find someone real, someone that can appreciate us for who we are? I don't know, but around this time it shouldn't be that hard to find a Renaissance man.
No, it sure not. We've been searching for so long, and
What? You've got that look. About once a year, you say something really significant, and I can tell this is going to be it.
I think it's time that we lower our standards.
Oh, I was wrong.
We've been so happy. We've been so picky with who we're going for. Maybe we just have to go with the dumb brute. Maybe the muscles and the chiseled abs and the glistening in the sunlight is what we need.
No, it's not. So shallow, my dear.
Shallow? Shallow. I just want to be loved. I just want to caress somebody. All these Renaissance noblemen, they just want to talk about their scrolls, their pictures, their art.
Their drawings, their sculptures, their paintings, their intellects. You're a fool. You're a fool, and an idiot, and a disgrace.
I beg your pardon?
Spent 10 years before the party. You call this a clean mortuary?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. Ha! That's just there's so many fluids and not enough sponges. I'll get some more.
nice to get out of the lab the first time.
Yes, after the 101st case, you get a bit sick of it.
Well, that's why you're the pro, and I'm just a upstart who's starting on the case. Any notes that you can give me before we get out there?
I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure within a couple of years you will be outranking me.
Oh, I don't think that could be possible, Mrs. White. I've never bossed anyone around. I've never insulted anyone. Well, what happens if it goes bad?
Oh, if it goes bad, we go to Code Unicorn.
Roll unicorn. Highly mythical.
Mythical because we tell people it doesn't exist.
I get it. We do the opposite of what the media does.
The general public have no idea. They think Code Unicorn is a myth. They would never know what the truth is.
Outstanding, outstanding. Well, this is why you're the boss, Mrs. White. This is why you're in charge.
I'm not the boss. I'm just the assistant. Just because I'm senior to you doesn't make me in charge.
Well, you're my boss. Well, I'm gonna go try out the hazmat suit for the first time. Do you wanna? Well, you know, they like to rile up the new guys, put the suits on backwards and mess them up, you know, hazing them. Would you like
I
to?
would never do such a thing. I am far too professional for that.
You're a real stand-up, Mrs. White. A real stand-up.
6 months before the party.
Hello.
I was just wandering the streets and wondering if I could come and stay for a little while.
And what would make you think that would be all right?
It's not a very large house with very few cars outside.
Well, that might be true, but we're also... Did you notice the sign that said hotel?
Nope.
That's because it doesn't exist.
Look, I haven't had anywhere to live, so I just thought maybe
You just thought maybe the big house with the rich fancy people would let you in, is that correct? You just thought we would welcome you into this beautiful house with its crystal chandeliers and ostrich trimmed curtains and just give you a room. No.
well, I will just sit on the doorstep then for I think around 6 months.
No worries. That's all right. I'll just scoot around. I got this area. Sorry.
So, you see, Julian, that keeping a plant is healthy and thriving is just as difficult as any military precision maneuver or whatnot. So,
You're just so smart.
well,
Oh my gosh.
Julian,
Yes, Colonel.
all of this bonding over our plants, it's got me hot under my hat. Not just that it's very warm. Give me your hand. Please, Julian. I won't be complete without you. The plants can't fill my heart, Julian. And the people I talk to at work, they're dead.
Not so old.
Oh! I thought you saw through that, Julian. Ever since we met at the plant nursery 5 weeks ago. Come to that! Ooh, I like this plant.
We come back.
Yes! It was a life-changing moment for me. Oh.
Was it the way I said price check on the Ophelia?
Oh, my darling, when we are married, I will love you every day, and you can say price check as much as you like.
Are you being real?
Wowie, the CEO of the Department of International Exotic Diseases. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm sorry about that. I perspire when I get nervous.
That's all right. I'm glad you could make it.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really love what you've done with the place. All the technology, all the diseases. And Mrs. White, wow, she's a real stand-up gal. You've got a real good junior executive there.
Mrs. White.
Yeah, she's overseeing my case at the moment. Oh, wow, she's do you mind if I
Mrs. White. She hasn't worked here for 5 years.
But she let me in the building. She didn't even put my suit on backwards.
She's still here? How could that be? She was thrown out for all those experiments she was doing.
Experiments, is this strictly illegal, sir?
Of course. Of course it is. Now, where did you see White?
Oh, she was in the lower levels. She was, actually, no, come to think of it, like, she left in a hurry. I don't know what happened.
Right, well, good to see you.
Yeah.
And, yes, must drop around some other time.
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure to be part of the Diet organization. Thank you very much.
398 years before the pub. I'm so glad we got married.
Me too, sexy mama.
Yes, my little billiards champion, you. Look at you. You just...
Take your shirt off. Show me your tits.
I'm just gonna go for a walk on the beach.
This is who you go for? Some unsophisticated person? No, lass, look at my new man. His name is, of course, Loungerin.
Laundering by name, laundering by nature.
I will leave you to your brute.
I'm gonna...
Take your top off. Show me your tits. Yes, that's much better.
I beg you.
Sorry. Yeah.
I am gonna go for that walk at the beach. I might not be back for a while.
It's alright, my balls could use some more room. Around. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some hotness. Anyways, and other rude things. Like, until, naked things.
1 year before the party.
Really, I'm getting older. I think we're losing my glasses.
They're here. Hello.
Hello?
White, isn't it? Mrs. White?
Where did you come from?
Oh, I live here. I've been here for a while now.
Yeah, I've been here for a while too, and I haven't seen you.
No, I don't like to show myself to everybody, but you seem special. I saw your experiments. They were amazing.
You mean kitchen experiments? I mean that hot cross cake I made? That was amazing.
No, the experiments on the corpses.
Corpses? Haven't been near a corpse since I worked in the mortuary. Just me, just a housekeeper, that's it. Just keep houses.
You can't hide things from me. I've been watching you. In a creepy ghost way, not a creepy stalker.
Right, that's it.
I want to help you.
Help me how?
Help you get revenge on the people that have wronged you. I've seen them. I've seen them all cast you aside.
The CEO of the Center for Infectious Disease Control, stopping it from spreading center?
Yes. The CIDC.
DCSIFS. I've heard there you work.
DFS, that's the one.
Yes, it needs a jingle.
Don't envy that musician.
But we could do so much. Like experiment. Like I can possess you.
What?
I can possess you.
Let's not do that. Oh wait, I don't get a choice, do I?
No, that's why it's called possession. Not ask nicely, and then if you agree, get into your body. No, that's...
That sounds like...
Again, I would be doing that in a creepy ghost way, not a creepy stalker way.
I'm not gonna blow that cover on you.
Of course not. I want to help you. I'll help you with anything you need.
Just so you know, I draw the line at puppies. I'm a badly robot, so.
I saw. Just so you know, I draw the line at kittens.
On the same page then.
It's slightly different.
Tends to be a divisive issue.
Come on.
And that's how all our suspects knew the poor departed Mrs. White. But did you keep an ear out for those rooms that they were mentioning? If I could have my lovely assistant at HQ on the board. Now, look at your pads and remember what they said. Did Miss Scarlet mention the... Oh, why, round of applause, of course. We need this to be orderly. I say it over here, it happens over there. Lovely. Now, Miss Scarlet, did she subtly refer to the conservatory, the kitchen, the ballroom, the billiards room, or the lounge? One clap means lounge. Unless anyone else wants to argue, no, lounge it is. Now, Colonel Mustard, did Colonel Mustard refer to the conservatory, the kitchen, the ballroom, or the billiards room? I will go with the yes for the ballroom then. Unless anyone wants to argue again. No. Conservatory it is then. There. Hey, it's okay, it's not a democracy here. Mrs. Peacock, did Mrs. Peacock refer to the kitchen? One clap always, lovely. Did she refer to the ballroom or the billiards room? One clap, and a bunch of people saying billiards means billiards room it is. And finally, Professor Plum, did he mention the kitchen? Did Professor Plum mention the kitchen? Or did Professor Plum mention the ballroom? Ballroom. You've got some funny ass clapping there, ladies and gentlemen. Ballroom it is. So that means that we think that by process of elimination that Mrs. White was murdered in the kitchen. Is that about right? Do we think that? Are you being difficult? Well, unless anyone wants to argue, kitchen, we fine with kitchen, yes or no? Yes. Yes it is. We believe that poor Mrs. White was murdered in the